It's Christien Anholt, son of Tony Anholt from Protectors and Space 1999, but also a very accomplished actor in his own right.
Amazing.
Indeed. Let's hear from Christien Anholt. How lovely to see you.
Well, thank you. It was lovely to be seen. Nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I'm particularly pleased that you're here because I was at the Space 1999 convention very briefly.
Right.
Filming some stuff for the podcast in Heathrow recently.
Yes.
Saw you there, didn't get a chance to speak.
No.
So this is rather nice. We're here primarily to talk about you and your father.
Yes.
Tony, of course,
Yes.
who we will know from Space 1999 and from The Protectors.
Yes.
Which you've only just learned was a Gerry Anderson production.
I didn't know that until this day.
So
Absolutely.
it's sort of in your blood then, isn't it, really?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I grew up around it. I was on sets, TV sets, film sets from an age before I can remember.
Yeah. Does that mean you feel at home there?
Very interesting question, because I think apparently, I don't remember this exactly, but at the age of 7, I turned around to my parents and said, I'm going to do this.
At the age of 7?
And I never changed my mind. And I still haven't.
Yeah.
And I would say that I find myself feeling most at home on a film set or a television set or on a stage.
Oh, why? So let's drill down into that. Why do you feel most at home in those places?
I guess inherently uncomfortable as myself. So when someone tells me what to say, where to go, and what to do,
right.
I feel much more at ease.
And perhaps it's the predictability of a script as well.
Perhaps,
isn't it?
but also I think I believe this very much, that it's a calling, a vocation. It's not like whether it was bred into me, passed down from my dad. To know what you want to do at 7 years old and for it never to falter. I'm about to turn 54 and I'm still as passionate about it as I always was. I think there has to be some kind of calling.
Yeah, extraordinary.
So when I get to do it is when I feel most comfortable. And
so you're almost, I mean, we're getting quite deep quite early here. You're almost, Christian, saying there that you're born with it rather than learn it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I never studied acting. I never went to drama school, though I got in on many occasions. I then got a job and thought, I'm going to learn more by doing the job than the training. But I always went back and then got another job. And so I never ended up actually training as an actor. I guess one has an inherent ability for it that can be honed through training. I don't know if you can teach talent. I think you can teach technique. I'm beginning to feel like I'm sounding like, well, because I'm just so talented. I didn't need any training.
You too could be like me.
Yes, you too. No, I think I definitely think there has to be something in there.
I mean, I think, you say you never trained, but of course you did train on the job.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I picked it up as I did it.
Exactly. Now, we're going to play a very quick game with you, Christian, to see what your Gerry Anderson credentials are.
Oh, okay. Forgive me.
No, that's all right. Now, we're going to play you some very, very quick clips of the opening titles of every one of Gerry Anderson's 18 TV series.
Well, hopefully I'll get 2.
Well, let's see if you'll get 2, because you were there very quick. So have a look at this and let's see how we do. Okay, so very early days to begin with. 57, I think. So, before our time. This is number 2. Number 3. Nothing ringing any bells yet.
No.
That's understandable.
So sorry.
It will in a moment.
Okay.
When it turns colour, I reckon you'll get a call.
Probably.
We're still in black and white here.
By for action.
That's ringing a bell. Is that Thunderbirds?
No, but
That's Thunderbirds.
Exactly. There's your first one.
Okay.
You might know this one. Oh, gone.
Something in the Mistrons.
Captain Scarlet.
Captain Scarlet.
I'm going to give you that.
Thank you.
Now, we're into live action territory. So this next couple
That's
might ring a bell.
Protectors.
That's it. Exactly. And
Space
there you
1999.
go. Now we're cooking on gas. And that might be all you know.
I think it probably is. Forgive me.
That's all right. Now into the 80s.
No.
And almost there into the 2000s with Lavender Castle. And new Captain Scarlet, a CGI version.
Oh, really? failed miserably.
No. There's no such thing as failure. Try or do not try. There is no failure.
There's knowledge or none.
Listen, you did all right.
Yeah.
You know,
well, at least I got
people...
the suit my dad was in.
Exactly. You got 4.
I got 4.
I'm giving you 4 for that.
Well, thank you.
4's all right.
Yeah. So I got Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet,
that's it.
Space, and Protectors.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
There's your score.
Thank you.
So, what sort of stuff were you watching as a kid then? Before, I mean, can you remember a time before you were cognizant of your dad's job, or has that always been there?
I was thinking about this on the way down, actually. I'm trying to remember what else I watched.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I remember anything. I don't think I'm conscious of television before my dad was on the television.
Wow.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah.
So The Protectors came out when I was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I was still trying to work out how my dad was in the lounge and in the television at the same time.
Yeah,
so I was doing the thing of looking behind the television.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, even though I was sitting on his lap.
Yeah. Wow.
But I do remember The Protectors, and then I guess all the stuff around that era would have been Play School, Wacky Racers, the cartoons, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then Space 1999, I remember watching as a family on it. Became like part of my Saturday morning routine.
Yes, right.
No school, so it was TV from very early in the morning onwards. And I can't remember what time it was shown, but it was definitely in the morning.
Right.
But yeah, as my memory serves, my dad was on the telly from the beginning of my memory.
And indeed he was, exactly right. That's right. Yeah. And you say at 7 or so, a light bulb went on and you decided this is what you were going to do. How was that? How did they take that news at school and at home? What were the reactions of your teachers and your family?
Well, I guess, I was encouraged to get involved with the sort of, if there were any theatrics going on at school, any like school plays or pantomimes or whatever they may have been at that age.
Yeah.
By this time, I'd been on and off film sets with my dad for a number of years.
Yeah.
I was enrolled in, I don't know if it was at my request, again, faded memory, but I was enrolled in a drama class with Sylvia Young's drama school on a Saturday, which I absolutely loved. And I guess it just evolved from there. And I don't remember the day, but my parents, both independently and together, said there was a day when you walked into the lounge and said, I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah.
Try and stop me.
And were they supportive?
I think they took it with a pinch of salt. I was 7.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
But my dad particularly didn't push me into it, nor did he sort of try and steer me away from it. He tried to kind of make it clear that I might consider an education, something to fall back on.
And how did that go?
Not terribly well.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Although my dad was on the telly a lot, he had a long bouts of being out of work and struggled.
Yeah.
Financially, these shows didn't pay particularly well. It was only until he got onto Howard's Way that the money sort of started to increase.
Because I guess they would be given their one-off fee because there was no thought of VHSs, DVDs, Blu-rays.
Exactly.
Of course there wasn't.
So I was aware of how tough it seemed to earn a living at it. But as soon as I could, I didn't do well at school. I didn't like school at all. I got bullied a lot because my dad was on the television. Everyone thought we were wealthy because why wouldn't we be? Dad's on the TV.
Absolutely, yeah.
But as soon as I got sort of let go from school, I was like at my dad. I was like, right, how do I do this?
Yeah.
I want to do this. How do I do this? He said, call my agent.
Okay.
And
so he was able to open, if not open doors, then nudge them slightly for you to.
So he took me in to see his agent, a guy called Roger Carey, who I still know to this day.
Yes.
And he said, well, you have no experience. You've got no training. You should go to drama school.
Yeah.
Let's get some headshots in the meantime.
Right.
See what happens. And whilst applying for drama schools, he would just put me up for work, and I started to get work. And
from quite a young age, it seems. Is that right?
Yeah. So I actually should backtrack a little bit. While I was at the drama school, Sylvia Young's drama school, when I was 7, they acted as an agent, and I would get put up for commercials and children's programs, things like that. I did something called Seeing and Doing. That was a program I used to watch as a kid.
Right, okay. Seeing and Doing.
So there was one particular episode of Seeing and Doing which was all about Hadrian and Hadrian's War.
Oh, yeah.
And I played his son. And I think I got my equity card because of that show.
Right.
So I was an equity card member from the age of 7.
Right.
Dipping in and out with commercials here and there.
Yeah.
A couple of children's programs. And then really, as I left school at the age of 16, full on kind of let's aim everything we have at this.
Amazing.
And it just kind of worked out in my benefit very, I don't know, brag about it, but quite easily.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
Wasn't always easy, but it kind of worked out.
Did it come easily to you, do you think? Being on set and filming and shooting stuff?
It felt
and
very natural.
Yeah.
It felt very natural. I didn't get... So I did some theatre, some fringe theatre before I did... so my first big break was a film called Reunion.
Yes, right.
Before I did that, I did some fringe theatre, and I was working with some very seasoned actors, and they all got very nervous before the show, you know. And one guy was throwing up in the bathroom, and when I walked out on stage, I couldn't stop smiling. Because I was just like, I'm here, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
The director came to see, it was Shakespeare, the director came to see me after the first show and said, you've got to stop smiling. You've got to stop smiling. You're not, you're not supposed to be enjoying yourself. So it felt very much like this is just where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, right.
So very naturally, very easily.
Yeah. Amazing. We'll be taking a look at some of your performances, as well as those of your dad, of course.
Thank you.
So you mentioned Reunion. Jason Robards, I think?
Yes.
Tell us about that experience, of where you shot that. And
So Reunion is a screenplay that's adapted from a book by a painter called Fred Ullman. I was always led to believe it was slightly autobiographical, but I've since found out it wasn't at all. Yeah. It's the story of a young man called Hans, growing up in Germany as the Nazis are kind of coming to power. He's the son of a Jewish doctor, and he's a bit of a misfit, doesn't get on with others, and he befriends this other boy at school called Conradin, and Conradin is the son of an aristocrat, and they form this amazing friendship. And they go off on adventures together. And then as the Nazis increase their influence, and then there is the divide, their friendship starts to dissolve. Because Hans is Jewish. He gets sent by his parents to live in America with his uncle, and doesn't return to Germany for, I think, 50 years.
Right.
And when he does return to Germany, one of the things he picks up is the search for his friend. And he finds out through investigation that his friend Conradin was implicated in the plot against Hitler and actually executed. And that's the sort of reunion.
Wow, gosh.
This wonderful friendship that unfortunately fractured because of beliefs. Actually, his friend, the pure friend that he had, came back round.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, so quite the experience shooting that.
It was amazing. We went to Germany, we shot it in Stuttgart and Berlin. It was the first feature film I'd ever made.
Yeah.
The director, Jerry Schatzberg, who discovered Al Pacino.
Okay.
Kind of nice.
Wow, that's pretty good.
He was an absolute delight to work with. Harold Pinter wrote the screenplay.
Right.
He was delightful to work with.
Yeah.
I then went on to work with him later in one of his plays. But yeah, it was again, and I walked on set and I was like, oh, I feel completely at peace here.
Yeah. More so than on a stage, or
different?
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
Just comfortable.
Yeah.
Just very comfortable.
Yeah. Great, extraordinary. Now, just before we read some questions from our viewers and listeners, let's take a little look at Christien Anholt in action.
Great.
Let's have a look at a little clip from Cadfile, I think, with Derek Jacobi. Let's have a look at this.
Let's get to bed. We should be back in here soon enough. Yes, brother. And I have learned of Canon Alloward's purpose here. If you have need of help, at any time...
I thank you, brother, but I need the help of no man.
very quickly. Taken from one of your earlier show reels, I think.
Yes. I remember.
So that's pretty early days for a young Christien.
So I think I was 21, 22.
Yeah. Do you feel part of that? I mean, Derek Jacobi is obviously a very revered actor. Do you feel part of that kind of lineage and part of that work? No, really? Okay.
No, not at all. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel very blessed to have worked with some of the best actors around. Derek Jacobi, Albert Finney, Harold Pinto. But I don't feel included.
Really? Ever thought?
I've always had this sort of. I don't know. It feels odd to say this, having said what I've already said, but there's a little bit of imposter syndrome that kicks in.
Yeah.
Also, I don't get to work as much as I want to, and I guess that kind of lends a feeling of being kept on the outside.
But that's the curse of every actor, isn't it?
Haven't quite earned the membership to stay in the club.
Well,
just get to visit every now and then.
I think being still in the game is enough to earn the membership.
Yeah.
That's the point, isn't it? Particularly in this day and age, when things are so difficult.
Yes.
What was home life like then in the 70s, 80s as you grew up, in terms of your dad working? And what was home life like? Was it a stable, or I mean, I don't want to pry too much. Was your dad often away working?
Dad was often away.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember going to visit him in various places, like Italy and all sorts of places.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I knew, it was a stable place. My parents divorced when I was 14, and things came to light that I didn't know about. The sort of facade for me was stable.
Right.
But for the two of them, it wasn't.
Yeah, I see.
But Dad was often away. I mean, I remember, I got to see some amazing things as a kid, having my dad as an actor. He was, I think they shot Space in Pinewood.
That's right.
So I got to visit him.
Not so far from here.
I got to visit him in Pinewood, and at that time there was the Moonraker set. I got to go on the Moonraker set. There was a Supergirl set. I got to go on that. My dad was friends with Robert Vaughn from The Protectors. He invited us down to Pinewood to visit him on Superman 3. Met Christopher Reeve. He gave me a rock off the set. I don't have it anymore. As a kid, it's just like, this is fantastic. Superman just came out of his trailer and said hello to me.
Incredible.
Literally.
God.
It just, it's fantastic. It's priceless.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. That's right. And, I mean, do you have stuff on the shelf at home? Do you have the Blu-rays and the DVD? Do you have Space 1999?
I do,
Protectors?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do they come off the shelf occasionally? Or
they don't come off the shelf that often because I don't have the CD, I'm calling it a CD player.
Show your age.
The DVD player connected. But yes, all the kind of the precious ones are there on DVD along with Relic Hunter.
Yes, of course. 3 years? 3
years of Relic Hunter.
Yeah.
But memorabilia, no. Unfortunately, because I was so young. I mean, we'll get to these in a minute. But things like the Rock from Superman 3.
Oh, imagine.
For an 8-year-old, this is great fun. I'm going to play with it and destroy it and throw it around. And now I'm like, oh my God, I wish I kept it.
Should have kept it pristine.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
So you brought a couple of things along on the table there that I can see. I've got the sort of the replica versions here. But,
I have those because they're lovely to have and they're much more pristine. But I do have these. And these were given to me by my dad. And as far as I'm aware, these are the stunt replicas of the phaser and the comlink. Again, and this is what I was talking about, he handed these to a 6-year-old who when decided to paint them and
that's amazing.
Alter them, which I wish I hadn't done, but at least I still have them.
Yeah, but actually, I mean, I don't know in terms of value, but in terms of emotional value, there's more of a story there to know that they've been, handed to you from your dad and you've used them and played with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think my favorite, I mean, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead here, but the episode that I remember, because I was there, I think, for some of it, was the Beta Cloud.
Oh, yeah.
With Dave Prowse, who went on to be Darth Vader, which is like a big deal. Yeah. These are the props that Dad wore when he fought with Dave Prowse.
Okay. Incredible. Yeah, nice. There you go. So TV history.
It is, a little bit.
And, it's the Gerry Anderson Podcast, so let's talk a little bit about how aware were you of that name growing up and that brand? I mean, were you aware that your dad's work was sort of intimately involved with Gerry, or not so much?
I mean, I'm aware of. I think I was aware of Gerry Anderson then.
Yeah. Thunderbirds, you
Thunderbirds,
earlier.
yes, absolutely. We all knew Thunderbirds. Yeah. I remember meeting him at one point. I think my dad. One of the visits to Pinewood was to Gerry's office. Uh-huh. And I think that's when they gave me one of the Eagle toys.
Ah, yes. Nice.
Again, sadly, lost
Christien,
in the move.
Really?
But, yes, I don't think I was aware of the status that Gerry holds in the industry and the pioneering aspect of his work.
That's right. And actually, your dad was sort of working with him at the very apex of that career, really, throughout the 70s. I mean, okay, the 60s were the Super Marination years, the puppets, Thunderbirds and Stingray and so on. But the live action stuff that many consider to be, the pinnacle of his career. Your dad was right there. That's extraordinary. So on that note, let's have a little look at Tony in action.
Okay.
Let's have a look at something from The Protectors.
Okay. It's so James Bond.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's great.
And just there's something about the quality of the film, the colours, and obviously the fashions and the leather jackets and the cars and everything. It's so amazing. And something of an action man, obviously. It looks like he was doing that stunt.
I think so. I know he did a lot of his own stunts on space. I have a story about one, which I'll tell you in a bit. But,
Great.
It's. I mean, it was like having James Bond for dad for a bit.
Yes, I should imagine so. That's right. And as we said earlier, you didn't know there was a Gerry Anderson involvement with the Protectors. So here we have, as you can imagine, when I put on our Facebook group that we were having you here as a guest, I received lots of questions for our Space 1999 lunchbox.
Okay,
so you want to reach in there, Christien, and just take out, 4 or 5?
4 or 5.
And then we'll do some more next week as well.
There's 1, 2, I think.
Is that right?
Is that 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've got more.
That's 5. That'll do it, and then we'll do the rest next week.
Okay.
So,
this is from Simon Frisbee. Hi, Christien. Thanks for doing the podcast. For me, The Curse of Fenric was the last great Doctor Who story. How was filming it? And could you tell from the other cast and crew that Doctor Who was about to be cancelled?
Wow. That's
Good
true.
questions. Okay. We're going quite a way back.
We are. What are we talking, 88, 89?
Yeah, I was 17. That's pretty bang on.
Really,
So, a slightly funny story. I think I was cast by mistake.
That's every actor's nightmare, isn't it? Turning up on the first day.
I heard a story after I finished that they got mine and another actor's name swapped. So they thought they were casting him. And they got me. Nonetheless.
Okay.
I had no idea, Simon, that Doctor Who was about to be cancelled.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was a great story. I love those kind of, and it's 2 parts, isn't it? Or is it 3 parts?
I think it's 3.
Yeah,
Curse of Fenric.
Good old
4, in fact. Chris over there is trying.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So how was filming it? Filming it was great. I was 17. I was out of school. I was doing what I loved to do. It was fantastic. Well, I can't remember where we were.
Yeah. In studio or on location?
No, we were on
remember?
location.
Yeah.
On location. And there were some great costumes, and there were these things that came out of the sea. And
did Doctor Who mean anything to you as a 17-year-old? Were you a fan?
I was a huge fan.
Really?
Tom Baker was my Doctor Who.
Yes.
I still remember hiding behind the sofa when the Daleks came on. It was terrifying. So yes, I do remember Doctor Who. I think I'd slightly grown out of it by that point, but I enjoyed working with Sylvester. He was very, very nice. It was great fun.
Yeah, Nicholas Parsons as well.
Nicholas Parsons was in it. Marcus Hutton, who he and I sort of struck up a friendship on set. I can't think of who else was in it. But yeah, no, it was fantastic fun. Was the last great Doctor Who story? Thank you. That's because I was in it.
Well, clearly.
Exactly.
And well, on that note, let's have a very quick look at you in action.
Oh, okay.
Let's take a look at Curse of Fenric.
You're going to show the bit when I break
Of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Radio for reinforcements. Yeah, you just ordered that all radio transmitters be disabled. I've just set Perkins onto it.
That's me.
What?
Perkins, that's it. What? Not Perkins? I mean, brilliant.
Sir, radio transmitters disabled as ordered, sir.
Splendid work, Perkins. Splendid work. Put them back together again.
Nice. Oh, I just thought we were coming back to you for a little reaction shot there, but obviously not.
I mean, he's a kid in a candy store there. So it's like I get to be on set and I get to smash things.
I know,
with
yeah.
an axe.
Amazing.
And they spark.
I'm guessing that was one take.
I think it probably was.
A long time ago, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, fantastic. Another question.
Another question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm not sure I can pronounce your name. Anthony.
Zahetner, that'll
Zahetner.
be. We know Anthony.
Forgive me. Which was more fun, Relic Hunter or Adventure Inc.?
Okay, tell us about both of those projects.
So, Relic Hunter was a series that I was cast in alongside Tia Carrere. We started in 1998, and it was kind of like Indiana Jones meets Scooby-Doo.
Oh, nice.
Tia's playing the Indiana Jones role. I'm playing the English bumbling, kind of,
really?
the sidekick. It was a dream come true. Absolutely loved it. We filmed in Toronto. We shot in France. We shot in Spain. We shot in England. We did 22 episodes a year for 3 years.
Nice.
It was amazing.
It's one of those moments where you think it's working.
Everything's
falling into place.
It was a dream job.
Yeah.
Adventure Inc. So what happened, I believe, at Paramount was the studio executives changed hands and they didn't want to continue with someone else's work, so they let Relic Hunter go, and then they came up with this new show called Adventure Inc., which starred Michael Biehn, Karen Cleach, I can't remember the young man's name, and it was a kind of, they had a ship, they were, again, sort of adventurers and treasure hunters.
Yeah.
And I turned up in that for a couple of episodes as a priest who'd taken a vow of silence, so I had very little to say. But that was a lot of fun too. But of course, which was more fun was Relic Hunter because that was, I want to say my show, but it was the show that I was, second.
And did you have much sort of input into the scripts and so on? I know. Okay.
No.
Not even as the show progressed to second and third year.
No, I mean they did begin to ask, what kind of adventures would you like?
Yeah.
What they did do very gracefully was they allowed me the room to improvise. Tia was so generous in that way that I would go off on a little thing here and there, and they'd just keep it.
Yeah, great.
So
nice.
It was very nice. The question goes on. So
go on then. What else have you got?
Okay. Prior to starring in The Curse of Fenric, how familiar were you with Doctor Who?
Okay.
Well, I think I've answered that, and the fact that I used to love it, and Tom Baker was my favourite.
Have you ever done any Big Finish audio Doctor Who work? Do you know about Big Finish?
No.
Oh, well, I'll tell you later.
Okay. Any dream... There's a lot of questions here, Anthony.
Keep them coming.
Any dream roles, plays or productions on your bucket list? Did you work with your father professionally? I think Sophie Aldred said you went to drama school together. Okay, so
right, there's a lot there to unpack.
Sophie's got it wrong. We didn't go to drama school together. I'm not sure who she's referring to. Dream roles, plays or productions on my bucket list. Oh, that's a big question. I'll answer it by saying I'm trying to write my own screenplay, which at some point I'd like to direct. I've done a little directing on short films that I've written. Yeah. This is a scrapplay for a feature film.
Great.
So that's on
my labour of love. How long has that been so far?
34 years.
Has it really?
Yeah. I came up with the idea 34 years ago. I only started writing it a couple of years ago. It's taking a very long time.
Yes.
It's not where I feel most comfortable is writing.
Yeah.
Did I work with my father professionally? Yes, and only once. He was in an episode of Relic Hunter.
Yes, so I read, yes.
In the first season, which was a delight for me because I'd appeared as an extra in Howard's Way. But we actually got to work together on set in Relic Hunter, and it was a very proud moment for me.
Nice.
This is from Steve Bushell. It looks like you inherited your dad's handsome gene.
Oh, yes, I thought I'd keep that one in for you.
Did you find it hard following in your dad's footsteps? Did he try to dissuade or encourage you? Thank you for the compliment. That's very kind. I don't know what to say about the handsome gene bit.
Take it, accept it.
Well, it's not a question, it's a statement, so I don't need to answer it.
There we go.
No, I didn't find it. I mean, I didn't find it hard following in his footsteps as an actor. I guess he paved the way for me to do it in the sense of, oh, that's what you do.
Yeah, and you never felt in his shadow as such.
No, we were separate entities.
Yeah.
I never went into a casting room like, this is Tony Anholt's son.
Yeah.
It was like, this is Christien Anholt.
Yeah.
He didn't try to dissuade or encourage me. Once he knew I was very serious, he was very supportive. But he also made it very clear to me how challenging it might be, and he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, but it must equally have been a pleasure for him to appear in Relic Hunter with you as much as it was for you. I mean, I can't imagine doing that with my son appearing in their show. It'd be amazing.
It was great.
Excuse me, please, do not touch that. This is an original 1855 Masante.
1859?
No, 55.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. Masante didn't write any seafaring essays until after the death of his wife. But I'm sure he makes a mention of the date somewhere in the... my mistake. I'm sure it was 1855.
Relic Hunter. I mean, just from that brief clip, it looks an absolute hoot.
It was a hoot. It was a dream come true.
I mean, you seem very comfortable, very relaxed, very natural there. Is that your natural casting, or was it at the time? That sort of, the floppy hair, posh.
The casting brief was, we're looking for a young Hugh Grant.
A young Hugh Grant, yeah. But I mean, you
kind of, nailed it.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just turn up in the room and you've got it. That's right. And do you look back on the early stages of your career with a certain sense of pride? Because there's a big, I know it's still ongoing, of course, but a big body of work.
Yeah, I mean, the earlier part of my career, there was... there's much to be proud of. I look back at it with an ever-changing sort of lens of gratitude and respect, and there's much I'd like to change. But
it's out there now.
I wouldn't do it that way now.
But it's there forever. That's
exactly.
the thing, isn't it? Unlike theatre, of course, which is fleeting.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what's quite nice about meeting you and having you on the podcast is that we're able to celebrate two careers. You know, we have had people who are related to stars of the shows before, and they've obviously found success in other fields. Yeah. So to speak to you about your career is just as interesting as speaking to you about your dad's career, which is lovely. Now, we have a photograph here taken from the Space 1999 convention at Heathrow.
Yes.
Who are you talking to there? What's going on here, and do you remember it?
I remember talking. This lady's name is Yasuko. Is that? Am I saying that right?
Yasuko. Yes,
Yasuko. That's right.
Exactly.
And she was part of the cast of Space 1999, and she came across the room. I think she'd been looking for me for some time, but she wanted to talk to Tony's son.
Yeah.
She had some very lovely memories to pass on about my dad and working with him, and what a lovely man he was, and how generous and kind he was. And,
it's always good to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, she had lots of pictures. Yeah, absolutely. Incredible. Yeah, it was lovely. Yeah. But she made an absolute point of wanting to tell me.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, perhaps maybe because she knows, I'd lost my dad 3 years ago this year.
Gosh.
Yeah. She was absolutely lovely, and we're standing here in front of the mock cockpit.
Please tell me you sat in that as well.
I did, yes.
Great.
And I actually did. There's a photograph of me on my dad's lap, and I'm in a pinstripe suit, which was apparently my favourite outfit at that age. So I was holding that photograph while sort of sitting in the cockpit. Yeah.
It's funny how life is circular, isn't it? Sometimes it's extraordinary. That's right.
Yeah, but they did an amazing job in replicating the cockpit.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Do you do many of these conventions? How are they for you? Again, with regards to things like Relic Hunter and all the various other films
I mean, I've done a
series.
few conventions over the years.
How do you find them?
Varying. I've done some quite small ones, and then some quite big ones. I did Comic-Con is it Earl's Court? No, at Olympia.
Yeah, wow, yes.
A couple of years ago, and it was like, why am I here? There's Benedict Cumberbatch and huge
David
and
Tennant and Jodie Whittaker.
And there's me, and everyone's like, who is that over there? Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And then really small ones, but generally I'm asked to do them for Doctor Who.
Oh yeah.
More than Relic Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Curse of Fenric is a big deal in Doctor Who circles.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And this, I think this is the first Space 1999 convention I've ever done.
Do you get the whole fan thing? Do you understand what that's about?
To a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, I asked that question of some of the audience members as I was giving one of the talks that we did.
Yeah.
I said, what is it about these shows that keeps you travelling the country?
Yes.
What is it specifically? No one could give me a precise answer.
Yeah.
But it's like any interest, I guess. I mean, if you're a stamp collector, you don't necessarily have to travel the world to meet people.
Yeah.
So I think what differentiates it is the expense that some people go to go and shake hands with someone who was in a show 40 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
There were a couple of fans there that had literally just travelled the world. I was obviously self-made and financially secure. Just travel the world, meeting people that they've watched in shows. I mean, if it floats your boat, go for it.
And interesting, I mean, very often it's simply a case they want to say thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you must get this a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
They want to say
absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
And that's quite a sweet transaction, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had messages from fans saying that after watching Relic Hunter, they got into archaeology.
Brilliant.
Like, wow.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we get a lot with Gerry's shows.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people working in the aerospace industry or tech industries. And,
Amazing.
Emailing saying, I do this because I watched so-and-so.
Yeah.
It's quite a responsibility in a way, isn't it? Do you feel that too?
Yes, I guess. I mean, I guess if I was walking into, let's for instance just say that I was invited to the BAFTAs, I'd want to thank everyone in the room for their contribution.
Yeah.
Because it's influenced me to do what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
So I can understand it from that point of view. I don't know if I hold them responsible for the work that they've done, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a responsibility necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. I often feel as well it's people if they can be with you for a moment, they're sort of part of that world. They become part of that story by meeting their heroes.
I think the responsibility lies in when you do come across someone, a fan, whether your show or anyone else, is to be gracious and give them the time because they've clearly come far afield to meet you. So.
Exactly. Good. Let's take another look at Christien Anholt in action. Let's have a look at the trailer for the film The Laureate, and you can tell us a bit about that.
The objects of this story are simple enough. An opportunity for a formal goodbye.
You once asked me how we should describe our love. If you invite a serpent into your home, perhaps you shouldn't be surprised if it bites you.
Please remember, our veterans are the fabric of our nation. Our next reader requires no introduction.
Looks right up my street. So what were you playing in that?
T.S. Eliot.
Ah, okay. And now, what sort of, where do you stand with the whole, the research side of things as an actor, playing a historical character like that?
Well, that's the first time that I've actually played, I believe, a real-life person that is very, very well known.
Yeah.
I have played a real-life person before, but this person wasn't known to anyone.
Yeah.
So yes, there was I also wasn't given a great deal of time. I was cast very, very sort of late in the game. I had a week to prepare, I think. So the director, William Nunez, asked me. I went into audition doing an American accent because T.S. Eliot was an American. Oh. He doesn't sound American, though. If you listen to any of his recordings of his own voice, he sounds very, very English.
Yeah.
So that's something I had to challenge immediately.
Yes.
He was like, why are you asking me to do an American accent? But yes, I mean, I'm surprised I got cast. I'm not physically like him at all. But yes, I did the best I could. Tried to kind of match the cadence of his voice. He has a particular way of speaking. But it was a very low budget film, or at least a lower budget film. They didn't have a lot of time for rehearsal or conversations or prep. So it was down to individuals to do it,
which is
and then just
both scary and liberating, I would think.
Yes,
at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. That's it,
and it's your fault.
Yeah,
but if you get it right, then that's your credit.
I haven't actually seen the film myself.
It does look great. Yeah.
But it's about Rupert Graves, the war poet, and lovely that Julian Glover got to play his dad when in life Robert Graves was Julian's goddad.
Amazing.
So I got to work again with, I didn't work with him, but he was, we've worked a number of times together. He's such a lovely man.
Great. We have some more questions from our viewers and listeners. Of course we do, before we have a look at some more clips.
Okay.
So there you go. If you reach in and take all of those, that'll be the last.
Okay. Oh, there's one left.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Emily Davis. How did I get into acting?
Well, there we are.
Well, quite simply, Emily, as I've mentioned, I grew up with my dad acting. I guess you would call it quite a theatrical family in the sense that I was encouraged to sort of pantomime as a kid.
Yeah, and I guess
stuff like that.
I guess there was nothing unusual about that.
No.
That's the thing. So I think a lot of families and a lot of actors come, from backgrounds where it's just not in the family. It's considered unusual. Whereas I suppose you didn't have that.
No, not at all. Also, his friends were actors, so I was, it just, I guess it was meant to be. I fell into it, basically.
Yeah.
I think is the short answer.
But could you imagine doing anything else?
No.
Did I read somewhere you worked in B&Q in Chiswick for a while?
Yes. Yeah, that was my first job out of school.
Right.
I worked in the B&Q up on the Hogarth roundabout.
I know it well, yeah.
Yep.
You can't see yourself having worked your way up through middle management.
No, funnily enough, not. I don't think they could either. I'm very happy to see me go.
Yeah. What's the strangest job you've done that away from acting that...
I cleaned toilets for a while in a bank in King's Cross. I think that was a few years after that. That was a dry spell of acting.
Yeah.
I haven't had to do much else, to be honest. I'm very grateful that I've been able to kind of support myself as an actor throughout my life. I mean, I've done voiceovers, which has helped a great deal.
Okay, so we're talking video games and so
Not
on,
so many video games, but lots of
commercials?
documentaries, advertisements, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's a very different medium of acting, isn't it? Obviously, you put everything into your voice, but do you still find yourself sort of physicalising the action?
Yes, sometimes. It depends what it's about. Things vary. You mentioned video games. I have done some video games. Those are the most sort of, I guess, character-led, dramatic voiceovers. So there's a lot of physical movement in those.
And when you're cast for a voiceover, are you cast for your voice, or are you cast for what you can do with your voice? If you see what I mean.
That's a very good question. I understand it from at least my perception of it is it's not about what accents I can do. There are certain voiceover artists who do a range of accents, but for the most part, they try to go native, whether that's Birmingham or Manchester or Jamaica or Germany. They'll get a native. But yes, there has to be a range of ability in being able to sound like you're smiling, being able to sound like you have authority, gravitas, warm, kind, can you trust the voice? So there are techniques to all of that. But for the most part, unless it's a video game with motion capture.
Which you've also done?
Never.
Right. Would you like that?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been up for them a number of times. I've never actually done one. I've done various voiceovers for video games, but it's a completely different medium.
So like many actors now, particularly since COVID, do you have your own sort of home studio or cupboard under the stairs?
It became a necessity. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So yes, I do.
In fact, I think I read you were involved in a project throughout COVID, throughout the lockdowns, presenting poetry or something.
Yes. Okay. So that's completely different. There's the OSO in Barnes. were putting together some, basically, let's entertain the children so mum and dad can have some rest.
Yes.
And they asked as many people as they knew around the area and all those sort of springing out into various different areas if we could, read some poetry. So it was literally just put your phone on, record you reading it, and then send it in to keep the troops happy.
Another question.
Okay, another question. Wayne Oates. Does Christien remember sitting in the Eagle pilot's chair when he visited the set? I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
Or is it just now become a sort of implanted memory?
Well, it may be. I may remember the photograph.
Yes.
I do remember the suit that I was wearing.
Yes.
I enjoyed that very much. And I kind of have a sense of climbing over my dad's lap to be in this chair.
Yeah. And meeting other cast members?
Meeting other cast members, yeah. Crikey. I remember meeting Catherine Schell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I remember being quite taken with Catherine Schell, even at 7 years old. They stuck these rubber eyebrows, which are sort of ever-decreasing circles. And I was fascinated by those. But yes, it's very vague. I mean, it's what are we talking, 48 years ago?
Yes, we are talking 48 years ago. Oh, my God. Yeah, let's quickly move on to another question so we don't wallow in our old age.
So this question is from John Stock. Hi, Christien. What's your favourite acting memory of your dad, and what's your favourite acting memory for yourself?
Okay.
Well, I have to say they coincide.
I'm guessing.
One of my favourite memories of my dad and my own acting is when we got to be in Relic Hunter together.
Yeah. How nice for him as well.
It was.
To see your success, I should imagine.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember the series of Dad's Army.
Yeah.
And the line, "Stupid boy."
Yes.
He got that in as an ad-lib. He was playing a character that... was very annoyed by me, and he threw one of those. He threw one of those in as an ad-lib, and it was it's one of my favourite.
Oh, great! That's really nice. Yeah. I guess you have a copy at home of all that. Yeah,
oh yes,
nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And time for a couple more. I think
there's two more questions.
Great, let's get through those.
Okay, so this is from Rich Goodborn. Hi, Christien. Did you ever think about following in your dad's footsteps and star in one of Gerry's later productions? Well. I've thought about it. It's not up to me,
but that's
unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, it's funny,
but if they ever bring Space 1999 back,
there's always talk of it.
Ever do a reboot?
Yeah.
2099.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's always
for that.
Talk of that.
I'd be, so into that.
Who do we have to talk to make that happen? I mean, should we club together and see if we can do it ourselves?
Please. And finally, this is from Paul Hyder, I think.
That's it.
Hi, Christien. What attracted you to acting? Was your dad supportive or wary?
There you go.
Gosh, what attracted me to acting when I first started out was just the sort of the pantomime of getting to do different things that one doesn't get to do in ordinary life.
Yes.
I watched my dad, we saw a clip of my dad running away from a car that was trying to run him over and then pulling out a gun and shooting at it. You don't get to do that in normal life unless you join MI6, which wasn't on the cards. So just the fun of doing that. And then, as I've said, my dad was supportive once I got into it full time, but he also made it very clear that it's, it might be good to have something to fall back on. I didn't heed his advice, but thankfully, touch wood, I haven't needed it.
So now, both you and I find ourselves of a certain age.
Yes.
I'm just about a year older than you.
Okay.
So what's left for Christien Anholt? What's on the bucket list? Where in an ideal world would you see yourself? You've mentioned already that you've embarking on writing a screenplay after directing several short films and so on. So is that where you could see yourself behind the camera more?
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, I've always had an interest in directing, and I took it upon myself to write a short film, which I literally did everything. So I wrote it, I directed it, I lit it, I shot it, I edited it. I was the sound mixer, locations manager, even the catering. I got a couple of my friends to be in it.
Yeah.
And I put it into a film festival. It didn't win any awards, but nonetheless, it's up on IMDb as a film that I've directed, written, produced.
And what a learning curve, I should imagine.
Yes, we were just talking about cameras in the break, and one of the learning curves was, I don't know how to use this. So I've had ideas for films and sort of TV shows for a long time. One of these ideas I had when I came up with when I was 17. I put it to one side, and I've revisited it a couple of years ago. It's a feature film. It's a fantasy. It involves werewolves and vampires.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to give you the twist because that's the thing that feels very significant.
Yes.
So, yes, I would like to, follow up on that. I find it very difficult to sit down and write.
What is it that
come easily?
The discipline, literally putting the words on the blank paper and all that?
I feel quite disciplined as a human being, but I find the discipline of sitting down, if I don't know what I'm going to say, or if I don't know what I'm going to write. So I've outlined it, and I have sheets and sheets of kind of outlines and character breakdowns and backstories and stuff.
The fun stuff.
The fun stuff. That I just need to implement it. And I guess it's fear of, if I try, it might be bad, but if I don't try, it's nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
So I just have to get on with it.
Yeah. And how far along the process are you?
As I say,
have you got the title page?
I've got the title page written by and the title, and then it goes blank, funnily enough. But I have everything there to lean back on. As I say, it's all been sorted out, as in the story arc, the character arcs.
Yeah. Right.
All of those kind of things. So it's just for the doing.
Now, when I'm an actor as well. I trained at Bristol Vic. Graduated in '92, and the night before my graduation show at the Fortune Theatre in London, I was in Bristol. We were getting the coach the next day, and to mark the occasion, I bought myself a tub of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and I watched Mel Gibson's Hamlet.
Okay.
Let's have a little look at the trailer.
Okay.
So you're playing Marcellus.
The character's name is Marcellus.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think I'm playing Shakespeare's Marcellus.
Is Mel Gibson playing Shakespeare's Hamlet, is the question.
Actually, I think pretty well.
Yeah.
I really liked what he did.
Yeah.
I know the film did better than expected. That you just saw it back in my head.
Yeah.
This was I don't think I was cast for my acting ability. I think perhaps I was cast because I fulfilled the image of something.
Okay. But that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got jobs because of my nose before.
Well,
I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But you take it.
They spent a great deal of time changing my hair. So they dyed it 8 times in about 2 weeks. My scalp was raw. It became very orange. I think they were trying to make me look like a cherub. I think Franco had a specific idea of what he wanted me to look like.
Yeah.
It wasn't a particularly happy time.
Okay.
I enjoyed working with Mel. I enjoyed being on this production.
Franco Zeffirelli. Yeah.
But I did spend a lot of time having to avoid certain advances.
Okay. Wow. Right. Different
without
times,
getting
perhaps.
into too many details.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry I showed it now.
If you show the film, you won't see, but I put on a lot of weight during filming. We shot for 14 weeks.
Oh, gosh.
I just spent a lot of time quite depressed and
wow,
and eating from the craft services.
So you're obviously a very resilient actor and man, because that's enough to put people off of the profession, isn't it? An experience like that can be.
Yeah.
But you dug deep and found something.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like I was in moral danger, but it wasn't the happiest time.
Yeah, gosh.
It wasn't. Which is a shame, because I had some really good experiences on film sets prior to that.
Right.
There was a lot of good in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make it something it's not.
Yeah.
Just for me personally, I had to avoid some things that I'd rather not have had to deal with.
What's one of the greatest lessons you've learned then over the years as an actor, do you think? If you were imparting advice to a young you or a young actor just starting out in the business, what would be your advice?
Wow, that's really interesting. It's probably changed a lot. be open. Be open to all the different techniques there are. Find your own way. Never think you know it all. Be humble. And grateful.
Very nice.
And never stop believing. If it's your dream, follow it to the end.
Very good. Let's have one last look at Tony Anholt from Space 1999. Let's take a look at him in action.
It took me 6 months to reach this stage of perfection. How about a sample?
No thanks. I've tasted your last concoction.
Oh, come on. It's not going to affect you.
You're right, Tony. It doesn't have any effect at all.
All I wanted was an honest opinion. Maybe you know about beer anyway. Give me that.
Do you know your problem, Tony?
No, what's my problem, Maya?
You're prejudiced.
Me, prejudiced? Just because you look funny, come from the planet Psychon, and turn into an eel the last time I put my arms around you?
Prejudice.
That's not prejudice.
What is it then?
Fascination. Now, come on, how about a hand with these? Look, Maya, how about a hand with these? Listen, everybody's in command center waiting to celebrate our return to Earth. Well, don't just stand there. Come on.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
But there's Catherine Schell, who you mentioned earlier.
There's
of
Catherine
course.
Schell, yeah. It's interesting, his voice, that's not how I remember his voice. I think obviously it changed as he got older.
It's a lovely clip because it shows a real light. I mean, obviously, he's got the looks going on. He's got the whole action man thing going on, but there's a real lightness as well to the delivery, which is really nice.
My dad, he had really good comic timing. He didn't get to do enough comedy.
Was he generally happy with the way things turned out career-wise for him, with the work that he got and the parts that he played? Do you think?
I think yes and no. I think he struggled. He was typecast for some period of time, given the colouring he had. Particularly if he spent any time in the sun, he got very dark. So he was kind of quite often cast as the sort of. It's interesting that the change in the time, because he said, "What does a woman know about beer?" In those days, he was kind of cast as the swarthy, sort of slightly foreign.
For Lothario, I should imagine. Yeah, that's right.
But I don't know. I don't think he was 100% happy. I think he would have liked the opportunities to do other things. I think he saw roles that he was right for go to others that then was agreed should have gone to him. But we all have those stories.
Indeed.
So on the whole, I think he had a fairly decent career as an actor. I think he could look back with pride.
Well, he's certainly held in high regard around this table.
Well, thank
room.
you.
I can tell you that, and amongst our viewers and listeners as well. But what does the future hold for Christien Anholt? Any projects you can tell us about?
No, unfortunately, nothing that's lined up and sort of signed on the dotted line. I've been involved in a TV series called Malory Towers for a number of years now. I think their last season is about to air. There's also an episode of Father Brown coming up on, I think, the 25th of January, which I'm in. But other than that, no, I'm of the mind to start, but continue creating my own work. As I get older, I'm in a group of actors, big pool of actors. We're all looking for work, and if there isn't work out there, then I think it behooving of us who can to create our own. Whether that be as a writer or a director or a producer or as an actor, or as all of them. If there are roles that I want to play, maybe I should write them for myself, or things I want to say or see.
And finally, where can our viewers and listeners find you on any social media? Do you have any profiles on Facebook or X and so on?
I do. There is. So I have a very rare appearance on social media. There's a page on Facebook called the Christien Anholt Professional Page, where most of my work gets posted. It's run by a lovely lady called Linda White. who was in that picture of me meeting. Yes,
okay, that's right. Yes, exactly.
And yes, I do have an Instagram account. I think I've made 2 posts in 10 years or 2 years or however long it's been up.
Yeah.
I'm not hugely busy on social media.
Fair enough. Well, it's been a delight to have you in Slough, Christien.
It's been my absolute delight to be here. Thank you so much. And likewise, thank you.
See you again.